Well, now it's time for Educating Mid-Michigan, and dedicated education leader Craig Douglas, our friend, joining us again. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Cheryl.
And you know, whenever we talk to you, always very important topics about education, but today, really important topic, the teacher shortages and ways to retain teachers. So first and foremost, in Michigan, how serious of a problem is the teacher shortage?
It's severe, to be honest with you. Googling top issues in the United States, teacher shortages popped up on almost every list. So it's not just Michigan, but because we're in Michigan, we'll talk about Michigan. And teacher shortages, you know, when I went to the College of Ed after I left Carleton Schools, I tried to recruit, and I kiddingly said I felt like Tom Izzo. I would go and try and find talent, and I did, but you couldn't find enough. You know, the backfill of teacher candidates just wasn't to meet the demand.
Right.
At first, Cheryl, the shortages were in specific subjects like math, science, special education, but quickly it became generalizable, all subjects, all grades.
Okay.
Yes. And so part of my role was to try and convince young people that education is a noble profession. I truly believe it is. So it was easy for me to say. And also that there would be jobs for them out on the other side, that the jobs were pretty plentiful. Fast forward to today, in 2026, situation stays pretty much the same. Before I came down this morning, I looked at the Saginaw Intermediate School website just to kind of, I guess, take a measurement. Many openings, teaching openings today on their website.
Yeah. Now, what do you attribute this major shortage to?
Well, I think a lot of things. The research would say it's teaching conditions and compensation and job satisfaction. We know teachers want to teach in safe and orderly environments. And when the occasional flare-up happens, whether it's a kid or a parent or someone in the community or someone on staff, when there's conflict, sometimes teacher candidates say, okay, I'm going to pivot and look for something else. So to fight burnout, you know, I try to encourage young people to look for balance, work-life balance. You know, nutrition, sleep, all those things are important, the quality of life. And for communities, support teachers. Recognize, just like our first responders, they have an important role in our communities, and I'm not trying to equate the two, but they need some tender, loving care too along the way.
Yeah, that's very important. I was going to ask you, do you think this can be fixed at least a little bit, you know, with more compensation, or do you think it's kind of more of that holistic approach?
It's a holistic approach. Not that compensation isn't important, but in reflecting about my career, I think there were 5 different times in my career that the teacher retirement system was tweaked, adjusted. Now, change is not always bad, but sometimes the changes were reductions. It didn't impact me because I was already, quote, in the system, but it impacted new candidates. And in the research, I found that our teacher pay in Michigan, starting teacher pay, is towards the lower end. 44th is our ranking.
Okay.
Now, rankings aren't everything, but the point is maybe additional focus on compensation would help. It's not always throwing money at it, but money does help, and it helps with work-life balance. It helps with all those things I just talked about.
Yeah, and you know, in this day and age, as opposed to, you know, years or decades ago, the responsibility of teachers and the pressure really has heightened. So we're out of time, but really quickly, can you give us where people can go for more information, or what people can do to have an impact on this positively?
Yeah, intermediate school websites are a great quick resource to get a measurement of how severe the shortage is. And for candidates that are emerging into the field, it's a great way to look for jobs.
All right. Well, Craig, you're always so full of great information. We love having you. I'm glad I got to see you today. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
Of course.